One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Atlanta Braves versus Pittsburgh Pirates. It's the first matchup in a 3-game weekend set between a couple of National League teams as the Atlanta Braves roll into Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. The game takes place at PNC Park, and it's got that old school ballpark vibe with two clubs heading in very different directions. Atlanta comes in with plenty of potential, while Pittsburgh is just trying to keep things from falling apart completely. The Pirates are struggling big time right now, and if you're someone who likes to place bets, you probably already know they're not a team you can count on. Their offense has been flat out bad, and that's putting it nicely. Andrew Heaney is expected to pitch in the second game of this series, and while he started off the year looking sharp with a 1.72 earned run average in his first 5 starts, the wheels have started to come off. He's been tagged for 8 runs in just over 8 innings his last 2 times out. He gave up those 8 runs on 13 hits when facing the Padres and Cubs. Even though the Braves haven't looked like world beaters this year, they're still dangerous, and I wouldn't be shocked to see them knock Heaney around. On top of that, Pittsburgh has dropped 8 of their last 9 games at home. Smith-Shawver has been dealing lately, especially in his last couple of starts. His most recent outing saw him shut down the Reds earlier this week, which gives the Braves even more confidence heading into this matchup. Atlanta is riding a wave of success with 4 wins in their last 5 games, and momentum like that can carry a team through a weekend series. On the flip side, the Pirates are a mess. They can't seem to get anything going, even when they get decent pitching. Their bats just don't show up in the big moments, which is why they keep finding ways to lose. It's hard to see them turning things around anytime soon. As our first pick for this matchup, the Atlanta Braves money line is our full game side pick. Atlanta had played under the total in 18 of their 37 games so far this season, with 3 of those games pushing the number. They're scoring an average of 4.03 runs per game overall, which puts them right in the middle of the pack at 18th in the league. That number dips a little when they're away from home, dropping to 3.79 runs per game. The Braves games average out to 8.08 total runs, with a slight bump to 8.26 runs when they're the road team. As for the Pirates, the under has hit in 20 of their 38 games heading into Thursday. They're tied for second to last in the league with just 3.11 runs per game, and even at home, they're only slightly better at 3.47. Their games average 7.71 total runs overall, and that jumps to 8.36 runs at PNC Park. Smith-Shawver will be on the bump for Atlanta, and this is about as favorable a matchup as he could ask for. Pittsburgh's offense has been flat-out awful. They're sitting at 28th in OPS, 29th in homers, and dead last in runs per game. Things got so bad they fired their hitting coach, Andy Haynes, just a couple days ago, hoping something might change. So far, not much has. These two teams have gone under the total in 4 of their last 5 meetings, and Atlanta has seen the under hit in 8 of their last 10. Neither lineup has been especially reliable, so don't expect a high-scoring slugfest here. A final score like 4-1 or 5-1 feels about right. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Cardinals versus Washington Nationals. The St. Louis Cardinals, currently sitting just above .500 with a 20-19 record, are set to face off against the Washington Nationals, who come in at 17-22 on Saturday afternoon. This matchup marks the second game of a 3-game set being held at Nationals Park. The Cardinals got things started the right way on Friday, completely dominating the series opener with a 10-0 shutout victory. Now they'll try to keep that momentum going into the weekend. So far this season, neither bullpen has been particularly reliable, but there's still a big gap in how bad things have been. The Cardinals are struggling a bit with their relief pitching, ranked 19th in the league with a 4.24 earned run average out of the bullpen. But the Nationals' bullpen has been a complete disaster, sitting dead last in MLB with a brutal 7.29 earned run average. When you look at discipline at the plate, St. Louis has also been stronger, ranking 9th in total walks drawn with 142. Washington, meanwhile, is tied for 19th with Toronto, drawing just 120 walks so far. As our first pick for this matchup, the St. Louis Cardinals money line is our full game side pick. The Nationals have actually held their own when it comes to scoring at home and in day games, averaging 4.9 runs in both settings. They've also seen some success facing Palante in the past, and while the Cardinals' bullpen is far from elite, ranking 19th in earned run average with a 4.24 mark, it's a step up from Washington's. When the Cardinals go on the road, they haven't looked great on the mound either, posting a 5.44 earned run average and allowing opponents to hit .271 against them, so it's not like they're coming in unbeatable. At the same time, St. Louis will have chances to do some damage at the plate. Trevor Williams, who's taking the mound for Washington, is a pretty average starter. He doesn't walk many guys or give up a ton of hard contact, but he also doesn't fool many hitters or rack up strikeouts. Behind him is the worst bullpen in baseball, with a sky-high 7.22 earned run average and a bloated 1.77 WHIP. That combination should open the door for the Cardinals' offense to make some noise. Looking closer at the starting pitchers, neither one has been sharp in their respective roles. Andre Palante, pitching on the road, is 0-2 with a 5.66 earned run average and a 1.55 WHIP over 20.2 innings across 4 starts. On the other side, Trevor Williams at home is 1-1 with a 5.28 earned run average and has allowed a .271 batting average over just 15.1 innings across 3 starts. Offensively, both squads have shown they can swing it. St. Louis is tied with the Phillies for 8th in team OPS at .739, while Washington comes in at 16th with a .693 OPS when these two teams meet. The scoreboard tends to light up. The over has hit in 7 of their last 9 matchups. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Yankees versus Athletics. On Saturday, the New York Yankees, currently sitting at 21 wins and 16 losses, leading the American League East, will be on the road for the second game of a 3-game set against the Athletics. It's the middle game of the series, and both teams will be looking to set the tone heading into Sunday. The Athletic starter, Sears, has been throwing with solid command and confidence this year. He's looked sharp more often than not, and that's backed up by how productive the Athletics lineup has been. They currently rank 5th in team batting average. On top of that, they've muscled their way into the top 10 for home runs per game, showing they can go deep just about any night. On the flip side, New York is struggling in some key areas. They are in the bottom 5 in strikeouts per game, and their trouble bringing runners home when they're in scoring position is a real concern for this matchup. As our first pick for this matchup, the Athletics money line is our full game side pick. Both squads are swinging it well, with each of them ranked among the top 10 teams in the league for overall batting average. They've also been putting balls over the fence at a high clip. The Yankees have been especially disciplined at the plate, showing patience and drawing out at bats until they get a pitch to crush. They currently lead all of baseball in home run rate. Sacramento, meanwhile, has been heating up offensively when the sun's out and they're playing in front of their own fans. Their top 10 home run rate is no accident, and it's helped them keep pace against tough competition. This has all the makings of a game where both lineups come out swinging. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus Tampa Bay Rays. It's the second game in a weekend 3-game interleague series, and this one's happening under the Florida lights as the Milwaukee Brewers go head-to-head with the Tampa Bay Rays on Saturday night. Both clubs have different vibes heading into this matchup. Milwaukee's been hanging in there, while Tampa Bay is slipping fast, and playing in a spring training park isn't exactly a home field advantage. Kevin Cash is under pressure to figure something out because Thursday's late game collapse only added to the frustration. The Brewers, on the other hand, have been holding steady. If they can get their pitching staff back to full strength, that could really help them as the season stretches on. Right now, their lineup is doing more damage than Tampa's, and overall, they're just the better squad. Expect Myers to give the Brewers a shot all the way through, and Tampa's bullpen to falter late. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. Looking at how the numbers stack up, Milwaukee has hit the under in 21 of their 38 games this season heading into Friday night, with 2 pushes mixed in. Offensively, they're putting up 4.61 runs per game overall, which bumps up to 5.26 runs when they're away from home. The Brewers games this season average 9.14 total runs, and that number shoots up to 10.42 on the road. On the flip side, Tampa Bay has gone under in 20 of their games with 2 pushes as of Friday. Their offense is struggling, averaging just 3.81 runs per game overall and a slightly better 3.92 at home. They're allowing 3.9 runs per game, which which means their contests average around 7.86 runs in total, going up to 8.2 at home. Given Milwaukee's strong road scoring and how shaky Tampa's bullpen has been, this one looks like it'll push past the number. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia Phillies versus Cleveland Guardians. The Phillies continue their road trip with a stop in Cleveland, where they'll kick off a 3-game interleague set against the Guardians. Fresh off a series sweep of the Rays down in Tampa, Philadelphia is locked in and hungry, chasing the Mets for that top spot in the National League East. Cleveland, for their part, is heating up too. They're right behind the Tigers in the American League Central, and they've been playing with serious energy lately. Yesterday didn't go the Phillies' way, though they got shut out by the Guardians. Today, we've got Ranger Suarez taking the mound for Philadelphia and Tanner Bibby getting the start for Cleveland. Suarez has only made one appearance this season, and it wasn't great. He gave up 7 runs in just 3.2 innings against Arizona. Last year was a different story for him. He pitched well and finished with a 3.46 earned run average. Whether he can get back to that level is still a question mark. Bibby has been a bit more active. He's thrown 38 innings so far, allowing 18 runs on 34 hits. What really jumps out is how solid he's been at home. In 17.2 innings pitched in Cleveland, he's given up just 13 hits and 3 runs. That's something to keep in mind. When it comes to hitting, Philadelphia has been the better team overall this season. They've racked up 181 runs on 333 hits, while Cleveland has 163 runs on 297 hits. But recently, the Guardians have been rolling. In their last 6 games, they've scored 42 runs. That's especially impressive considering those games were all on the road. Even more, they've put up at least 5 runs in each of those 6 games. Right now, Cleveland's lineup is locked in. Add in their 12-5 record at home and the fact that they've won 8 of their last 10 games, and it's hard to bet against them. Bibby's been strong in Cleveland, Suarez is still finding his footing, and the Guardians are coming off a shutout win. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cleveland Guardians money line is our full game side pick. Last season, every game between these two teams hit the under, but this year, things have changed. Both teams are swinging the bat well, and the pitching hasn't exactly been airtight. Suarez is still easing back in. This will be only his second start since dealing with back stiffness, and he didn't look quite right in his first outing. Bibby's earned run average is sitting at 4.26, and while he's managed to snag a few wins, it's mostly thanks to the run support behind him. The Guardians' offense has come through for their starters lately, scoring at least 5 runs in each of the last 5 games, and putting up 4 or more in 7 of their last 8. The Phillies have been just as hot, scoring 7 or more runs in 5 straight games, and doing it in 8 of their last 9. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.